Hello my gorgeous little angels, welcome back to another video. If you're new here, my name is Antonia. If you'd like to become part of our magical online family, make sure you click the red subscribe button down below, hit the notification bell, like the video, do all that amazing stuff, because today we're going to talk about the Wizard and Whale Gold membership, the renewal, whether you should get it. Mine's up for renewal on the 11th of November, so we're about to spill the tea on that. So if you'd like to see what I want to chat about, then make sure you carry on watching. Right, so with the Wizard and Whale Gold, I obviously must have set it up on the 11th of November last year. I thought it was at the end of October, but here we are. It cost, well, it's $74.99 for renewal, so I'm going to assume that's how much I paid when I first signed up for it. Obviously, we wasn't in the middle of a pandemic, so it made a massive difference. I know that the ground rules for it is it's only for the UK and US. Don't really get that. There's hundreds of other countries that, well, it's not hundreds because not, but like, do you know, there's a lot of other countries out there that should be able to access it, especially because at the minute a lot of it is online. You don't really get any really actual benefit as far as I'm concerned, and this is what my problem is. So for me personally, even if like we take this out of the situation of the pandemic anyway, like if we just zoom that out, pretend that's not happening and live in a fantasy world for 2 seconds. As you know, I live in Liverpool, if you can't tell by my strong accent. So, you know, Watford is quite far away. Watford Junction is a good, like, it takes me at least like 2.5 hours, something like that, to get there. And that's with like a Virgin train. I do drive, but I won't, because that is just a type of stress that I am not here for them type of levels. So the main thing, like one of the things that you offer is last minute tickets, which from what I could see I did go on the other day because I am honestly dying to go back. It's been like nearly a year, which isn't that long, but do you know, you just need a bit of something, like especially if we now jump back to the future real life time that we know we're in a pandemic. I just think that little bit of magic, also the fact that it's very limited to how many people that are allowing to go. I think it's a whole nother experience. It really stresses me out how busy it normally is. Like, it's like so hectic. Like, I feel like you never really get time to actually really enjoy it, to get your pictures, because you're constantly waiting type of thing. But if I could choose to be highly populated and not be in a pandemic, I 100% would. Especially because Liverpool is currently one of the highest like rates. We're on lockdown again, phase 3, whatever. I honestly don't watch the news in an ignorant way, like, because I just don't want to hear about it, to be honest. Like, and I don't mean that in a horrible way, but like, I still have to go to work. I still have to go to work the whole way through, so honestly it doesn't really affect my life. I don't really step outside the house anyway, unless it's to go to work. So it's just one of them. It was news to me. I think a customer on the phone told me about me being in phase 3. I was like, oh, okay, well, here we are, do you know what I mean? Thanks for letting me know. But yeah, I obviously can't leave to go to Watford Junction anyway, even if I wanted to do the last minute ticket thing. I think that is amazing if you live nearby. Like, literally, you can just say to go that day, the next day. Like, it's amazing for that. I personally have not benefited from it at all. They obviously had the events as well if you live nearby. Obviously, you could travel to them, but the events literally sold out. I think did they do 1 or 2 events? I think it was 1 event, wasn't it? Like the one with Warwick Davis went, and like a few YouTubers went, like Cherry Wallace, Victoria McLean, all them went. I actually don't think, I think they like went really fast. You were allowed to bring 1 guest. I'm trying to think back now, because this is like nearly a year old. But yeah, obviously I didn't go to that because it literally sold out within like a few seconds, and it was just one of them that like it was so unaccessible. And at the minute it's quite an unaccessible thing anyway, if they're doing the limitations on just the UK and on the US. Like, they're not also letting a lot of people go, which obviously that's a little bit more different, but people in the US also didn't get any benefit from that. So it was literally just people in the UK, and even that was restricted, so didn't get the benefit from that. Now obviously you do get a lot of savings. This is why I don't understand why they haven't opened it up to more, because pretty much the only thing that I use from it is early access to things, which I've only personally used twice. One, because I actually had to delete the app because I had no storage on my phone. That's how much I use the thing. And obviously you get your welcome bonus as well, like your welcome bundle thing with the book. Honestly, mine's at the back of the wardrobe. Well, it's not, I can see it, it's at the top of my wardrobe there, but I don't use it. Obviously you could scan it each month. The first like few months. It was very nostalgic. I loved the personalisation to it, and I still do. Like, I had my birthday in and it was very cutesy. Have I used it? Not at all. Obviously some people might, but I get scared to write in expensive things, even like expensive makeup. I don't use any of that. If it's expensive, I'm like, oh, I'm gonna ruin it. So I haven't personally used that, which is a waste of money. Obviously I wish I didn't have that mentality, but I do with everything. So I haven't used the notebook, as pretty as it is. Please let me know if you have. So obviously you got that welcome bundle, which is cute. My main thing why I signed up was for the pins, and obviously they made the pins really hard to access. You had to go, there was it 3 in America and 3 in the UK. So I know, like, you could get one here in Platform 9 3/4, one at the Warner Brothers Studio Tour and one at the Cursed Child. And then I think it was literally the other way around in America. So I think there was one in Hollywood, was it? One in the Cursed Child in San Francisco, and there was another one. Was that at the Wizard and Wales? I'm honestly not even too sure. But like, even them, like, they're really spaced out. And my main thing why I signed up, I thought you would unlock, which I wish it was a lot more, you could unlock things with the book. I wanted it to be like a monthly thing that you had to interact with, and you didn't. Like, you can scan your key, you could only scan it that month, but like, it just tell you like a fact, which obviously is interesting, but like, clearly not, because it's top of my wardrobe. So I wanted it to be a more interactive thing, that like you had to do certain things to unlock a pin, and that's what I honestly thought it was going to be, like a really community based, like you had to help each other, and it was just going to be like that type of thing. Obviously not, which I think would be an amazing thing, especially with the pandemic happening, because obviously you can't travel to all them places. And like, yeah, you do get like 20% off, I think. Like, what's the 20, is that on Platform 9 3/4, then you get like 10% off Mina Lima. Like, you do get your benefits, like, type of thing, but like, honestly, never used them. I did pre-order the Mina Lima book. Don't even know if you used my discount codes on it, because I pre-ordered it obviously months ago. I know that they brought out the exclusive Wizard and Gold Funko Pops, the Patronus ones, but they weren't even exclusive to Wizard and Whale Gold. They brought them out and just put a sticker on it. Like, if you're gonna, like, I just don't really understand what I paid the $74.99 for. I think it's about £60 in pounds. In pounds. But like, I just don't really get it. I don't really feel like anything's really exclusive. I know they did do the exclusive, like, clothing, keys, you know, little branding type of thing. Like, they've done like the t-shirts, and I think there's a jacket and stuff like that. Personally, I wasn't interested in none of that. I haven't bought any of that. I think that's like the main exclusive thing to only Wizard and Whale Gold members can get. But like, you still got to pay. Like, everything's an additional cost, so you don't really get anything, as far as I'm concerned, for your money. I went through the app then. I actually tried to do a bit of research, but I went through the app then to try and see like what your actual gold benefits are. And to be honest, like, literally, I think you get like a few, and you scroll through the all discounts. So like, you're literally just getting money off things. So what is my £60 paying for? A discount code. But I've still got to buy something to use the discount code on. So I don't, to me it's just a very money scheme situation. And at the minute, like, obviously, you know, Warner Brothers are on the hunt for people, and I'm just not here for it. And honestly, I'd rather put my money towards my small businesses rather than paying them £60 for something that I have to keep paying more money for. Like, I know you can, one of them is saving a bundle to go to the, like, Wizard and Wales in Florida. Next joke, please, hon. Ask me when I can leave the country. Like, why is that even on there? I can't do it. So like, maybe obviously they mean in a future bundle, but I can't imagine you can even use it if you're not a gold member. Like, obviously I know before I knew everything was happening with my pin community, my main queens, I did actually get the Halloween pin. I missed out on the Sawn Hat one. I actually didn't get the houses pins. I liked the portrait, but that's the only one I liked, and that was the only one that was in the bundle, and I wasn't paying that much money for one pin. The rest I feel like they're alright, they're nice looking pins, but like, honestly, I've seen so much better for so much cheaper, and that aren't official, that I'm much more happier to pay for. So that personally I didn't go for. So the only literally two things I've used it on is I did get two of the Funko Pops, which was I missed out on the stag, but I got the Hermione and Ron one, so the otter and the little terrier, a dog in it. It's a Yorkshire Terrier, isn't it? Is Patronus Ron's, but yeah, I got them too, and I got that pin, and that's it, for £60, and I still had to pay extra money for them. Do you know what I mean? So, like, obviously the early access, if it, like, I just wish things were a little bit more exclusive. I feel like the pins are becoming exclusive to the gold because they're selling out within a couple of minutes on the gold, so then even like normal non-gold members are not being able to access them. But I know a lot of people aren't even too fussed about it at the minute because a lot of people don't want to give them the money, which I completely understand for. And it's really still stressing me out that the worrying so many people that I love by taking down the post and coming for them. I'm just not here for it. It's like, why don't you concentrate on the things that you're actually doing and perfect them rather than going for other people? Not to throw shade or anything, but you're still taking my money for something that I say I don't really think is up to scratch. Don't really think it's anything I'd boast about or even rave about, clearly. Like, I'm literally telling you the benefits I've got, which to me is nothing because I've had to pay more money to get the discount on everything that I've got anyway. It's just like, well, what's the point? I just don't get it. I get no benefit from being a gold member as far as I'm concerned. Yeah, there's early access at the minute. I knew the new early access was for a Luna Lovegood trunk. Yeah, it's nice, but I can go and buy it anyway. Like, the early access, obviously, it's things, if they do sell out like the pins that I'm going on about, then yeah, obviously yippee-ki-yay. But honestly, I'm not even bothered about buying them anymore because I'd just rather give my money to someone who deserves it a lot more. And I just, like, there's nothing to me that's exclusive. I love limited edition things as much as they really stress me out when I obviously can't get my hands on them. But I love that part of collecting. I think it's fun trying to do it, and like, I don't know, I just think it creates a whole new thing. But for a sticker on a Funko Pop that I can now pop down to the shop and buy, obviously I can't because I'm in lockdown, but on normal occasion I can because I've seen it before we went to like Phase 3 or whatever this is called. I did actually see one of the Patronuses in the shop in Wheel to Part, and I was just like, whatever. I just feel like they need to put their energy elsewhere than coming after people who don't deserve that type of like nastiness. I feel like they need to put it in their own, put in your own stuff before you come for other people. I'm not here for this type of like unnecessary drama and nastiness when you honestly can't even perfect your own service. When you're a massive multi-billionaire company, nearly swore then, I honestly, like, it honestly winds you up so much. Like, I just don't get it, and I personally will not be renewing. I did want to do it because I did want to try and go to the Warner Bros. Studios store, and I know you can get discount when you go there. You do save, but again, you've got to buy to save. So to me, it's just like, I literally spoke to my cousin Leah about it, and she was like, yeah, but everything you're doing, you have to pay more money for. So what did you actually get for £60? And I'm assuming it's £60, by the way. I know it's $74.99. I know 100% that's the actual price. So please tell me if I'm converting that wrongly. But in my head, it's around about £60. I don't know whether I'm obviously forgetting that wrong or thinking of it wrong. But yeah. So, I don't know. You've got to email someone or something before it gets cancelled. So I definitely need to get round to doing that before they start taking my money out, because we are obviously running out of time for it. But I'm just so disappointed. Like, I really did think it was going to be a full interactive thing, which I think would have been such a great distraction from the world if it was that, and we could have maintained it and kept it up, and it just be more like you play fun games and do stuff like that. But you can obviously access all like the word searches and stuff like that without being a gold member. So I just think it's just not for me. Unfortunately, it's not. I ain't got that type of money to throw around just to get early access to pins that I'm not overly fussed about yet. They're pretty, and I'm not going to Bible bash them for the new pins. I do like, especially the Halloween one, did think it was pretty. If I knew they were going to come and attack the people that I love, 100% probably wouldn't have got it, because I'd much rather give it to someone who deserves it, in my opinion, a lot more than Warner Brothers. But I know obviously Warner Brothers aren't the main thing for the Wizard and Whale Gold. It is a Wizard and Whale Gold. It's like everyone. Is it all them? It probably is. I don't know. Maybe I'm a bit thick. But yeah. It is, isn't it? They're the demons sat behind the app, are they? Correct me if I'm wrong. But yeah, unfortunately not. If you have any other benefits that you think about, like obviously I was going to try and do benefits and obviously the problems. You get the benefits, you do get early access to things, you get discount on things, you know, there's an exclusive merch line if you want to go buy that. Absolutely not for me, but you know, there is things there, just personally none of them tickle my pickle, and I just don't really think anything's worth it, because you're constantly buying. Like the £60 to me I bought was that welcoming bundle, which again, when I do get it, and if you look back at that video, I was so excited thinking what was coming. Obviously not, they hadn't come and attack me pink community, but I did love that book, and I 100% do, but it's not worth £60. And I'm lucky enough, I do actually have the exclusive pins that come with it. I don't think, if I didn't get them, this would be a completely different story, because for me, I think what I've paid for, I've received, because obviously I'm crazy anyway, and I love pins, and I did obviously get them pins, and I do think they're gorgeous pins. I'm happy I've got them. And you know, the journal book thing, you know, I do like that. So I think I did get me values with, for myself, for what I value things. But overall, for what they serve as the promising, I don't feel like I have. As in, I haven't been to the Warner Brothers studio tour with it at all. I haven't received any benefit from that. I love Mina Lima, I do. I think the artwork they do is beautiful, and I 100% would love to own some of their pieces, and 10% off it is great. I'm gutted because obviously when I went to like Mina Lima and I went to the Warner Brothers Studios tour, I literally did not activate it until, I mean, if I bought it on the 11th, obviously it mustn't have went live till then, and I went literally the week before. So, you know, it's just one of them. But no, personally I won't be. Please let me know if you are. If you have any different points that I haven't raised, or if there's anything you want me to, you know, tell you any more information about. I know I'm a bit thick, but you know, if you'd ask me in the comments down below, I can actually go and fully research it for you. Obviously I'm just coming up with like a broad spectrum, just trying to cover everything that I can off the top of my brain, which isn't very good. So I'm Dory, honestly. So definitely, if you do want to know any more information about anything, please let me know. And yeah, I really hope you did enjoy today's video. Hope that it's give you a bit more information if you are thinking about signing up to it. Obviously with everything going on, you know, if you did want like access to them pins or whatever, if you just want any more information to see whether it is for you, hopefully this video has helped you. But yeah, I do think it's a lot more negatives than positives. But if you did live down south, and obviously you can go to the Warner Brothers studio tour whenever you want, and you'd benefit more from that discount, there's a lot more things that you want to buy, then do you know what? Everyone's their own. You do you. I'm not here to judge. I'm just here to tell you my personal experience and how it doesn't really benefit me. Just not to continue. I think it would be a very different story if the recent events hadn't happened. I have done a separate video on that, so if you want to go and look, I will link it down below so you can go and have a look. But yeah, I think it just sort of tarnished my view. Doesn't mean I wouldn't go back to the Warner Brothers studio tour. I'm not stabbing myself in the foot and saying that, because I do want to go back. Because to me, that, I know it is supporting them at the end of the day, and I get that, but to me it's Harry Potter. I'm going to see Harry Potter and the magical world, and that is how I put it in my head. I don't look and think of who that money's going to. I look at it and think it's the experience that makes me happy. It's not, I don't put them together. I honestly don't, and I know some people do, and I know some people are saying like they're not buying from them, and I get that. But for me personally, I'm so sorry, I've got like an itchy bit. It's completely unnecessary in the middle of this sentence, but yeah, I honestly just look at that as it's just like a happy place to me. I can see Hogwarts, I can see all the props, and to me, that is just Harry Potter to me. And obviously I know it's Fantastic Beasts as well with the little tiny like display, but that's that to me. I don't put it with like Warner Brothers and J.K. Rowling. I just separate the two personally in my head. That's how I do it, but I know everyone's different, so please don't think that I'm being funny by saying any of that. But I look at that and just think I'm going to the Wizarding World of Harry Potter, not the Warner Brothers studio. Like Warner Brothers, I know it's a Warner Brothers studio tour, but do you know what I mean? I don't know, I just don't. I don't want that to put me off something that I love, because I love Harry Potter and I will always love Harry Potter, but I just don't put them together. I know they're together, but they're not, they're separate. Like, no, they're just, for me personally, they're just not the same. So no. just so I can continue to keep myself happy. That's all it is. So I just class them different, that's all, in my opinion, in my head, just to help me get through it. But yeah, please let me know. I went really, like, that was just a really weird part in the end then. But yeah, anyway, I really hope you enjoyed today's video. I feel like I've waffled quite a lot. I don't even know if I got to the point really. But anyway, I won't be renewing the Wizard and Whale Gold. That's it. Full stop. But yeah. Yeah, a bit awkward, aren't I, today? I do apologise. Really hope you did enjoy today's video. Please like, subscribe and comment, do all that amazing stuff. Please voice your comments down below. Let's have just a little chat. I feel like this can be a chatty little chat. See how you're getting on, how you feel about it, whether you agree or disagree with anything I've just said. Really hope it didn't offend anyone by anything that I said. But yeah, I just wanted to give you a down low on what the Wizard and Whale Gold is. As being a member for a year now, don't really see any difference from where I was the year without it. So yeah. Hopefully I'll see you in the next video, but for now, bye bye.